Thank you for joining Sandra P's Gen Xtra. Welcome to the chat, everyone. And I hope that everyone can see and hear me. Thank you for joining Sandra P's Gen Xtra on this terrific Tuesday. And I miss talking to everybody. I have a few topics in hand that I just want to get off my head before I go to bed. Everybody knows my schedule is flipped upside down, like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, like flip, turn upside down. But it's my choice, and I'm enjoying it so far. It's just not easy to make your day, night, and vice versa. Okay, so I have Bob Marley. I'm just looking for peace, everybody, and some warmth of other suns. I'm planning another trip that's not our cruise that we already have planned in June. And I've been inspired by a few of the travel content creators here on YouTube, especially the 92%, the women. So I love seeing the content of those ladies. I'm going to pull up the channel. I just want to make sure everything is looking correct. Excuse me for looking away. And I hope everyone had a great morning so far and enjoys the rest of your week. If you're in the bushes and you come in, click the like button for me, please. It's like ringing the doorbell. I appreciate that so much. And then Team Replay, you know how much I appreciate you. I thank you so much. I'm going to start with I'll start with the list of topics. Some of them, as I've thought more about it, I don't know that I'm going to cover, but I'll see. We'll start out with positive things today, okay? So again, terrific Tuesday to everyone. Welcome to Sandra P's Gen Xtra. I thank you so much for joining me. And let me go in here. I'm going to share my screen. And then let me know if there's sound, please. If you're down in the chat, thank you so much. Let me start a banner before I do that. Okay, everything on this channel is covered by Copyright Act of 1976, Section 107, and fair use for purposes of education, purposes of entertainment. And that is why we are here, education and entertainment, and just share ideas with each other, talk to each other. Thank you all for stopping in, everyone that is here. Okay, let's see. I'm going to go to where I'm sharing my screen. This is my first topic. This is Black Girl Magic personified, our very own Serena Williams. We know her. Serena Williams and her sister, Venus Williams, are about their business. And Serena, this looks like an ad. What the ad is for is that she is part owner in a WNBA team, y'all. We know she has other professional teams that she has partial owners. Look, Serena with the legs. She's gonna have those legs. She's gonna be like a Tina Turner. She's gonna have those legs at 80. Go ahead, Serena. A lot of hard work she's put in to get that. So everyone is not able. But that again, that is the Toronto Tempo. So congratulations to her, setting a wonderful example for her two daughters. We love Serena over here. Let me see if I don't think they had a sound. No, she might have. She might have had music. Let me know if you can hear that. Gas me up, give me motivation. I'm not able. I love that. Gas me up, give me motivation. Tell me where we come. And then my other, because we are Generation X over here, and all of our guests, we also have a lot of millennials step in. Some of my sisters are the boomers. We love the boomers. I think Kamala Harris is Gen X, but she's on the outside. She's almost she would almost be a boomer, but she's not. She's X. She's one of the older X. We have Z. Z, in addition to X, is getting to be my favorite generation because Z is something else. Z don't care. Okay, that was Serena. Let me know if you could see that, everybody. Thank you. Welcome in. And I also had another, here we are, that I wanted to show. All right, this is 90s fine right here. This is Tyson Beckford. Ladies know who this is. Some of the men too. I think beauty has no gender. You don't have to be a woman to appreciate the gorgeousness that is Tyson Beckford. There he is. That's Tyson Beckford, everybody. Wasn't that gorgeous? Let me see. It's his. Okay, I see what's happening. I couldn't figure out which screen was the live screen, but I apologize if there was silence on there. I think what happens is that when I share the screen, I also have to share. Let me pull up the comments and see if anyone said they couldn't hear. I also have to share the sound. So that's Tyson. We saw him again at the Met Gala. And then there is a show that is coming on. I'm not going to name the channel because I don't know if I'm correct. I think it's the same channel that has Queen's Court. I'm familiar with Queen's Court. I didn't watch either season. So Tyson Beckford is going to be on King's Court. And he's one of the gorgeous, oh, 1 second. I don't know why that's doing that. He's one of the gorgeous bachelors that is actually going to be on King's Court. So what they do is the dating type show. I may review that show because he's on it. I don't know who the other bachelors are. Elizabeth Harrison, good morning. Thank you so much for coming in. This is Sandra P's Gen Xtra. I sound like drop the mic. Elizabeth, thank you for coming in. I appreciate you being here. Good morning. I hope you're enjoying your terrific Tuesday. And I'm covering a few hot topics. And let me just share my screen again. We started with Serena Williams, who now has partial ownership in the WNBA team. That is a really growing league. We're seeing all of the new young ladies coming in and getting so much press. Angel Reese, one of my favorites. Grand Rising to Mama Bees. Thank you so much for stopping in. I appreciate it. Angel Reese and all of the fanfare that she's brought in with her kind of a little bit of a rivalry with Caitlin Clark. I think because the two played against each other in college, people made it a lot more than it was. I think they both have an admiration for each other. I didn't like the bullying that people do to Angel Reese. I follow her on IG, and for a long time, she would put a cute little picture up of her. She likes to get dressed up, all glammed up on game day. And she's always doing her little selfies and stuff. You know how Gen Z is. And there'll be grown men over there bullying that girl in the comments. So she now has this army of internet aunties who do not play about certain one of these young people, I won't call them children, that are doing amazing things. And people are just jealous. And I hate it. Elizabeth, you watching a Zoom and typing the wrong. Oh, that's okay. No, I thank you so much. I appreciate it. That's okay. You were like me. When I'm working and I get a chance, I have my phone. And then if I have an iPad or something, I may have more than one person up too. And I try to support all the Black women content creators. I really do. Unless it's somebody that just doesn't sit right with me. And then I just don't go there. I just unsubscribe. Now, when I share my screen, ladies, can you actually still hear me? Because I think I have to share the sound as well. That picture of Tyson, I don't think I had any sound on there. Good morning, Sharon Gobble. Sharon Gobble came in speaking to myself and everyone in the chat. Welcome to the chat. This is Terrific Tuesday. And I hope that everyone is having a wonderful Tuesday. There was something else funny that I had. Okay, it was one of our queens. I will show you. How did I go back out? Let me see. Tony Braxton's son, Diesel. There's Shamia. Shamia Morton. Shamia takes a pretty picture, even though she get on my nerves right now. Let me see who I had up there. 1 second. I apologize, everybody. I may go to the stories first until I can figure this back out again. Let me see something there. The likes. I don't want to stop sharing because that messes everything up. Okay, where is oh, I know what it is. Excuse me, everyone. It's Sandra P's Gen Xtra. This is where it's at, not him. That is not it. I'm sorry, everybody. Let me see. I guess I could cover this right now. Let me see. Okay, that's the topic. I was having a problem having the sound still come in. You saw those two ladies, Shamia and Portia. Let me put this one up. I think I have the sound up. Okay, there we are. This is getting ready to make an appearance on the show. I haven't reviewed the show yet. I have my regular panel, Dropping Extra Sassy Tea Talk. We are to meet Wednesday, which is tomorrow night. And we'll do our full recap and review of the show. You'll get my full thoughts. But as far as the Shamia and Portia go, we catch Portia in another lie. Portia. Another lie about why she didn't attend Shamia's wedding. One thing about a liar, they're going to forget the story that they told initially. Because now she's saying, the reason I didn't go is because we had been not talking to each other. We fall out a little bit before. And then Shamia's like, wait a minute. I thought you didn't go because you were sick. She has some kind of illness where she can't hold her legs down. I don't know what it is. I don't know what Portia was saying. Something about coach. And then we find out that Shamia would have purchased the ticket for her. So that is just something that this girl is full of it. Need her to stop lying. Caught in another lie is what the headline is. But let me get I didn't cover that anymore because you know what? I'm actually not going to be covering Married to Medicine while they're not there. And I don't think they're coming back. Sweet Tea's doing her own thing. One second. I'm still here, everyone. I'm just trying to make sure I go back to my shared screen. I think what I'll do is have more tabs open. And then when I do that, oh my goodness. I don't think I'm going to get to do, let me not worry about that. Okay, let me go here to another section. Everybody, welcome in. As you come in, click the like button, please. I appreciate it so much. Let me go. Okay. All right. Good morning, Sharon Galbert. Welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping into the chat. Thank you. Trying to change this layout to, okay, there we are. That's what I was trying to do, change the layout. And then I'll put the comments back on, so show the chat so I can talk to everybody. That's something I'm just going to have to take time out and work with it as I can. Still don't have the comments yet. Let me look at it. Okay, I'm sorry about the silence. I don't know if it's StreamYard or me. I'm not going to blame StreamYard. I think it's me. I'll read comments when I'm able to put. Okay, there they are. There are the comments. Thank you. Okay, I'll read comments when I'm able to share those again. Elizabeth Harrison is speaking to everyone. Mama Bees, we're all greeting Sharon Galbo as she came into the room. Thank you so much. Okay, now this one, this is a hard story. This is a trigger alert. We know this young man. This is Rodney Hinton Jr. And he's getting more attention. He had received word, and he's actually not just received word. That young man was shown a video where the police in Ohio had gunned down his son. So that's him at court in Cincinnati. And every day he goes in, he faces a blue wall of stony-faced, allegedly, and in my opinion, undercover Klansmen, modern-day patrollers. And it's just sad to see them trying to intimidate this man in court, and he holds his head completely up. And we love to see him doing that because I know he's grieving, and I can't imagine what he's going through as a father. But they had a scenario where his family, they let him see his family for a second, but they didn't allow them into the courtroom. And then it was a problem. The brother was screaming, I'm just trying to see my brother. I need him to see me. Rodney Hinton Jr. did see his brother, and he raised his head up. And that just gives everybody hope. I want him to keep his head up. This is a beautiful boy. Look at him. Look at that son. He had watched a video of this young man being unalived, killed by the police. I'm not monetized, so I'm just going to say what it is. They killed this young man. The first lie they told on him was that he had stolen a car. And it is a lie because it was his car. He had missed a payment. That can happen to anybody. You could miss a payment willfully, or you just didn't have the money. Your bank could change. Something can happen. The amount of money you thought was in there is not in there. Anything can happen. But now this whole family is just going through a living hell on earth. And the largest gang in the country is targeting his family, allegedly, and in my opinion. And I'm glad to see his father stand strong. I'm glad to see the uncles and all the people supporting them. We have to keep supporting them. It's Cincinnati, Ohio. I wish there were local people, church people, whomever in that area. Whenever they find out about a court date, pack that court out. So this gang in blue trying to intimidate him, they shouldn't be allowed to do that. That's wrong. And then I saw a nice article in People from our very own. Now, we do cover this show. This was an article. This young lady is returning to the show. They've been threatening to bring her back all year. It's been what? With 10 episodes in, we've yet to see her. That's Phaedra and her two sons. She calls, I forgot what she called them, but their name is Aiden and Dylan. So they actually, no, it said Us Weekly. Okay, I thought it was People Magazine. It's Us Weekly. So that was nice. Anyway, they wrote a thank you note to their mother. We know they're very complimentary of Phaedra. I love to see that. Two young men, two young boys. They're young boys. They're teenagers. And she's raising them to be wonderful young men. So congratulations to Phaedra getting a People Magazine article. Now, this funny letter right here, everybody knows the cabinet. I heard somebody call it a junk drawer. Can you see all the check marks on that letter? I have two nieces that are teachers. I forgot to send them this. I think they're in class. They're not on the live, but I'm going to tell them to rewatch. This letter was sent to Harvard. They're threatening Harvard, y'all. So I call it Harvard to the WWE lady. But the WWE lady is Linda McMahon, okay? She is the Secretary of Education. She's over the cabinet. She's the Secretary of Education. I wish that I were joking, but I'm not. And then in other news, I found this amazing, y'all. We know about the Defense Secretary, Pete Hegseth. And the drunken Pete Hegseth. So he put a makeup desk in. He's firing people, sending war plans to reporters. That happened on more than one scenario. And then this is actually, it's not a rewind. It's a different story. This is the second Navy fighter. These go between 70 million or so. The second Navy fighter jet that was lost at sea. So what does this person have to do to be fired? That's what I want to know. He shouldn't have been hired. Elizabeth, I feel the same. My heart breaks for this family. Pray they stay safe. I'm concerned about the whole family, especially him. Just because he's inside doesn't mean that he's safe. I worry about that so much. Someone put a picture up. I don't know how they got the picture because maybe it was a reporter. It was inside an elevator, and they captioned it that officers watch over him in an elevator to make sure he stays safe. He was with one of the others. He was with someone that looked like him, and then his attorney. And it was just, he is on, I guess, 24-hour watch because this is the country. They've set it up where they said you're innocent until proven guilty. They let people play crazy about everything else. We know that this man watched a video of his son being killed by the police, and then they lied about it. And they said that he had stolen a car. He had not stolen a car. This car was in his name. He missed the payment. That's two different things. So to lose your life over a missed payment, people better be careful over the things that they champion and that they say it's okay, because that could be anybody, really. So let me just find my one. Had a couple more topics. Okay. I'm afraid to put this up in the computer because when I do that, I end up losing the sound. I'm going to go back. Wait 1 second. I hope they don't. 1 minute. Okay. I want to see what the school is. Let me see that. I want to show that lady. She just got her doctorate. And what the backstory is, they forgot to put. Wait, 1 second. I'm going to have to turn my camera off a second. I'm starting to sweat in here, and I turned the air on so that I would not. And let me find a school name. She received her master's degree, not her doctorate. She received her master's degree, and she had to put her hood on herself. It said the school seemingly forgot. Now, you know how certain people do that. Come on now. How did you forget that? She was the only one that they did that to. They just walked off after they put the hood on the other candidates. So the title was receiving her master's degree, had to hood herself. And then someone said, if you want it done, you got to do it yourself. Master credit. So they said it's Tennessee University. But there's a lot of slights, a lot of things that are going on now. Secretary of Education. Sharon mimics what we think. What a joke. And it is. And I don't know what they think they're going to do if the children aren't educated. I mean, you don't have to have any children, but if you ever been into a place where the cash register goes down, it's not giving you the exact amount and that sort of thing, it's scary. It really is. And then the reading level, reading comprehension is just not there. As an educator, I literally have no words for Linda McMahon. She knows exactly nothing about education. She was chosen to help to destroy the public school system. I think that too, Elizabeth Harrison, because I think they only ever wanted certain people to have an education. And the thing is, the poor and the working class, I'll say it, poor and working class whites, they benefit from public education as well. So the fact that some of them, at least 50% of the women, 53% of the women are glad to let their children suffer in order to hurt someone else is just amazing to me. I almost can't believe it, but then I kind of do. Just looking at it. And I want to see how far they're going to let it go. One thing they're afraid of is if they dismantle the Department of Education, a lot of the benefits as far as children with autism, children on with that learning, different able learners, all of that. Oh, thank you so much, Sharon Gobble. That's my Bob Marley. All those children are going to be they're going to be at risk. And that's just so scary to me. People just don't care. Oh, okay. Let me see if I'm going to try one more time with Instagram because I had some things that I wanted to share on here. Let's see. Halo's little face always comes up. I think he's so mean because of his father. That boy loves to make content out of that child. And I get a lot of Shamia too. I don't want to unfollow her because she's content, but I'm sick of looking at her. Let me not worry about that. No, I'm not able to find that. All right, let me not worry about that. Okay, let me see what other. Oh, we're right at 22 minutes. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. Here's two of my favorite sisters. This is Hallie.
So I'm a little fluffy right now because I haven't.
I'm gonna let it play through again.
My consistent workouts, but I do feel a little insecure about it. And yesterday, me and Chloe, we were on the beach and we made like a fun TikTok, and I got really insecure about it after. And I had texted her, just like, "Hey, can you just take it down? I feel really bad about my body." And yeah, some people are asking why I deleted it. It's because of me. I was insecure about what people were saying about my body and what I get in my head about something.
I won't let that play too long, y'all. Did you see that? That's Halle Bailey. That's Little Miss Mermaid. The Little Mermaid. Her and her sister took a sister vacation. She said they haven't had that in so long because they both just finished movies. They've both been working. But she put the picture up. She's getting a lot of mean type comments. And she asked her sister Chloe to take it down because she was insecure about her body. That is so crazy. I wish people would leave the Bailey sisters alone. I haven't seen harder workers, cuter girls, sweeter girls. We watched them grow up. Remember they used to be on YouTube doing their Beyonce covers. I think they're both so amazing. They would do original songs. I'm going to try to show that picture that everybody was talking about. And I don't know what she's talking about that she felt. I mean, but I can't tell her how she feels about her body. But I was just shocked that people had the nerve to try to bully this girl over that. It was just beach photos. They were out there with Halo, just taking a vacation, well-deserved vacation. And people decide to show up and start bullying her again. She goes through that a lot. And I think that's pretty terrible. I feel really sorry for them. Well, no, I don't feel sorry for them. I think they're amazing. They don't need anyone to feel sorry for them, but I'm just different. I didn't grow up when every time you post a picture, somebody has something to say and is talking crazy. That's a new thing, I guess. But I just wish that people could not worry about what other people say about them as far as physically. And I have a niece with a master's. Yeah, and that's something. As hard as I work for my master's degree, I wish they'd forgotten the hood me. You would have did like that, sister. Put the hood on yourself and then come across real cute. Because I couldn't imagine. And it looked like the guy had just turned after he finished Hood and the White Girl, just turned and just kind of walked off the stage in front of her. And she was still over there. So these people are something else. They're on a new one. They really are. They're doing something different. Okay, I can't find that picture, so that's all right. And we are right at almost 30 minutes. He is Sharon Gobble. I'm trying to find I don't follow him at all. I didn't know who he was until I found out that he was dating her. That is amazing. But every time she just finished a movie, which I think I heard something about. I haven't seen details of it. But I know he was just recently ranting about her again and inviting his people, his flock of incels, to attack her. So that probably who was under the comments with her and her sister. And that's their baby. So you're going to let your baby be in a picture with your ex, the child's mother, and invite people to attack her? Just disgusting. I agree, Sharon. He is even worse. And then Elizabeth Harrison, social media is a beast. It doesn't matter how you look. They will come for you with nastiness. Yes, that's why. And people say, oh, you have to have a thick skin. Yeah, you do have to have a thick skin, but not everybody has a thick skin. And you don't know where that person is in their journey as far as how that girl feels about her face, her body, her hair, her looks, anything about her. I find it amazing that either one of them would ever think anything about it. But we've heard them attacked. There's one person that he have a lot of Black women to this day that follow him. He attacked both those sisters on more than one occasion in the most vicious way. And they make excuses to follow this person. He's funny. He's funny. He's not funny to me. I don't go over there. I don't like to hear a thing that man says. And he's always trying to tear down Black women. Now he's trying to wriggle himself back up under a Black woman. And she'll probably help him because she's male identified too. She's male identified as well. But if somebody shows you who they are, you believe them the first time. You don't have to keep coming back. Are you still a snake? Are you going to bite me again? If I help you again, will you do this again? The person just helped you tear down your whole ish that you put together, even though allegedly you might have stolen the idea from someone else. One Nene Leaks. I'm talking about Claudia Jordan and the Funky Dineva situation. He's talking about putting the band back together now, after he was the one instrumental in getting the band taken off of Fox Soul. And Al, and he and Al didn't even like each other. He and Al weren't even friends. I didn't know that Al and Claudia were friends. I found out later they were supposed to be close. But when Al got insulted on that show, you remember the last show where they had Armand over there roasting Al? Al got mad. Who he calling? They're not even friends. Call Funky up, cussing. Do you know what the F they did? I'm on live. He told him, man, I'm on live. And Al was going off. Next thing you know, Claudia ain't got nothing over there. Claudia is guesting over there with Carlos and Dustin. I find that to be beneath her. Claudia has had her own platform and now she's guesting with someone else. And then, you know, Claudia interviewed for that job that Jess with the Mess ended up getting. And then the other girl, L'Oreal. Claudia, you're down bad. But I wouldn't be shocked to see her go right back over there with that crew. Because many people, they don't, you know, they don't believe that somebody can snake you twice. If they can do it once, they can do it twice or three times. They'll do it as many times as you let them, honestly. So I started out with Serena Williams, who is now part owner in a WNBA team. There's another team. She is, I think it's a soccer team. That was the first one. And her daughter is also part of that ownership group. Okay, the last Orange Clown news. They just fired the FEMA chief because they had him on tape disagreeing with dismantling the agency. Because summer's not even here yet. And there's a lot of weather events that are happening. And a lot of the states, especially the poor red states, don't have the money to cover those events. So they have fired the FEMA chief. I guess they'll try to find somebody from TikTok or someone who does YouTube videos, somebody to put over that department. But everyone, thank you for stopping in. We are right at 30 minutes. I appreciate it so much. If you came in late, if you would please, if you watched the beginning, go ahead and like the video because I always appreciate Team Replay. Thank you all so much for showing up for me. I want to read all my comments while we're here. Elizabeth Harrison, so many Black girls are unaliving themselves at very young ages because of social media bullying. That's true, Elizabeth Harrison, and it's something we didn't have to contend with. I just don't Well, of course, I didn't have a phone. We didn't even have personal phones or anything. If you're of a certain generation, like Gen X, right around in there, we didn't have it. But now they have access to all of that stuff. TikTok, you post an innocent picture of yourself in a bathing suit and people talking about you like a dog. That girl said she feel a little fluffy. I wish I could have found that picture. If you find it, you're going to go, wait, what? That's not the picture. I know that's not what she's talking about. That child, she said she felt fluffy. Not child, she's a young woman. But she just seems so young to me. I'm going to try to end on that picture. Let me see if I can find that. All right, TikTok. And I follow her, so I don't know why that doesn't come up where I can really look at it. Oh, here we are. The search bar is on the side. All right, thank you, everybody, for your patience. Oh, you know why I couldn't find it? She said she told her sister to take it down. I know somebody screenshot it, though. And then that's the other thing. Nothing ever leaves the internet. Here it is. Somebody had it. Oh, she had a video. It said currently available. Somebody else had it up there, though. One of those sites. But just believe it was gorgeous. It was gorgeous. Oh, Chloe. Now, Chloe is very body positive. Chloe doesn't allow people to push her around as much. Haley just seemed to me, I used to think they were twins, but I think Chloe must be older because she takes her sister under her wing. She don't play like that. Yeah, Chloe got one up 3 days ago. This is the same vacation. This is Chloe up. Actually, this is a good place to end because my video has been freezing. Enjoy the rest of the day, Mama Bees. Thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate it. I'll see you in the YouTube streets. Everyone that's in here, I usually see in the YouTube streets. Everyone have a great day. Thank you for joining Sandra P's Gen Xtra. Have a great, terrific Tuesday. Bye.